It's the new year and everyone is full of hope. But is that enough to get you through 2019? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's episode. What's up, guys? Matt Weik, Weik Fitness. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode. Happy New Year. 2019 is here. I wish all of you nothing but the best. I appreciate all of the support that you've shown me over the last couple of years, whether it's been on the content side with my website or engaging with my podcast here on YouTube or iTunes or my website, wherever. I just appreciate you guys coming along for the ride, and we're here for another year. So without further ado, let's get into today's topic. So as you know, this podcast, I like to keep things real, raw, unscripted. I don't write down notes. I don't do, research to get topics on, whatever episode I want to produce. It's, I turn the mic on, I think about what I want to talk about, and I just go. There's no editing, so if there's ums and and ands and I and uhs, whatever, they're going to be in the podcast. That's just how I roll. That's how I think, everyone should be doing their content these days. I think there's way too much editing going into production. If you're a professional in the sense of you're on television or you have millions and millions and millions of followers who engage with, say, a specific podcast or YouTube channel where that type of production would be necessary, or maybe if that's like your job, then so be it. But me, I'm a content guy. I like writing stuff. I like doing the articles, the audio side of stuff. It's just something fun that I enjoy doing that just gives you guys extra content and extra value. So I hope you guys appreciate that. Some of you might not. Either way, I'm going to continue with how I'm doing things. So today I want to talk about hope because everyone goes into a new year, energized. It's a fresh year, a fresh start. They have their resolutions, and if you follow my work, you know how I feel about resolutions. For me, it's literally just a bunch of hope, and I guess that's how I'm going to tie that in with today's episode. Is, people just fill themselves up with hope. And there's that saying that goes, wish in one hand, shit in the other, and see which fills up first. It's true. You can hope and wish and want until you're blue in the face, but if you don't take action in 2019, you're going to have the same year, if not worse, than 2018. My goal and my objective with every year is to better myself, my business, and those around me, which also includes you. So I want to continue putting out tons of just insane, long tail, written, audio, whatever form of content. I want to get it out there. I want to help you this year. I've gotten so much feedback from listeners and readers and viewers and people who, heck, even the trolls, people who have been trolling my content and have nothing better to do with their life than, to try and bash whatever I say or do. I truly believe deep down the content that they're engaging is still helping them, even though they want to put other people down. And, I spoke about trolls and haters, oh man, probably months and months and months and months ago on one of the episodes. You can go back and check it out if you want. But 2019, rather than the year of hope, because I know everyone, whether it's the economy, the political climate, you don't like the president, you like the president, you don't like this, but you like that, whatever the case may be, you need to act as an individual, okay? Don't let other people shape who you are in 2019. I want you to also think about that when it comes to either your business, if you're a business owner or entrepreneur, or your boss. I was talking to a guy who I worked with. Obviously, if you know my background, I worked for a sports nutrition company called Metrex. And one of our distributors was the Philly Juice Company. And George was one of the sales guys. And we were kind of competitors before they actually brought on our product line. And it all came down to that distributor was an exclusive ABB and Optimum Nutrition distributor. And, they, in the contract, they wouldn't allow them to sell our products because we were direct competitors. But George and I created a friendship because we saw the same accounts. We would see each other going into these accounts. And, eventually George left the Philly Juice Company to go to Glanbia, who is the owner of Optimum Nutrition, ABB, Isopure, Think Thin, BSN. And he actually sent me a message over the holidays. I posted something on my social media a couple weeks ago, right before the holiday, that said, something along the lines of, I really don't care if you hate me. I'm me. I'm going to continue to be me. And, I'm never going to be something that I'm not just to please others. I'm a very emotional, passionate, in your face type of individual. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to do what I want. I don't care, if you think I am wrong, indifferent, whatever the case may be. I'm going to continue to do me because it's the only thing that matters to me. If somebody doesn't know me and they want to say, "Hey, Matt, you're an a-hole," it just literally rolls right off my shoulder. I don't know you. You don't know me. So your opinion really means nothing. So I move on. Now, on the other hand, if it's my wife, my mother, and they say, "Hey, Matt, you're being an a-hole," maybe I'm going to take a seat and be like, "Okay, what did I just do here? What did I do to make people mad?" But George said the exact same thing when he was interviewing for the sales position with Glanbia. He went up to the VP of sales and he was like, "Look, right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm me. You can either love me for me, you can respect me for me, but at the end, I'm going to be who I am. You are not going to shape me. Your corporation, your business is not going to change the way I think, the way I speak, the things that I do on a day-to-day basis. And if you're not okay with that, at least I hope you respect me, even if you don't, hire me for the position." Long story short, he got the job. But the fact of the matter is, he's also one of those type of people who they don't hope for things, they act on things. And in 2019, I don't want people to continue to take back seats with anything that they're doing in their life. I don't care if it's their family life, their employer, their business, whatever the case may be. I want you to take full ownership and action on everything that you want to accomplish for this year. I mean, by now, I'm hoping at the time of, you listening to this, that you have a list of goals that you set that you want to go out and achieve for 2019. Now, I don't know what those goals are for you. If you want to share them, by all means, put them out on, social media. You can tag me, or you can go right on to my social platforms and say, "Hey, Matt, this year I want to accomplish X, Y, and Z." And I'll tell you what, if you engage with me and you tell me what you want to accomplish for the year and I can help you in any way, I most certainly will do that. But, I'm just so sick of people coming up with these resolutions or what to call them for the new year and have it be a bunch of BS that nobody follows through with. It's all a bunch of hope and good intentions, but there are no actions and no follow through. And to me, personal problem with these types of individuals. And you know what? You might be listening to this taking offense to what I'm saying because I might be speaking directly to you. And if you're taking offense, then you're probably the exact person that I'm trying to get through to kind of shake you by the shoulders, shake you up a little bit and have you realize that your potential is way more than what you have set for yourself. Now, I don't know you, but I know that every single person that's out there can be doing a little more. And I'm not taking myself off of that list. I'm going to hold myself accountable as well. And I hope you guys hold me accountable. Obviously, I like putting out content. So if I start slacking on the content, which, knock on wood, I hope never happens because I'm so passionate and I love what I do. But if there comes a time where I don't love it or I'm not having fun with it and I need that little extra boost, I hope somebody comes and kicks me square in the butt and says, "Hey, Matt, what are you doing, man? Let's go. You're accountable for doing X, Y, and Z. You've done this, you've done that, but you need to continue down doing, whatever the case may be." I want you to hold me accountable as well. So obviously, I don't collect your data. I don't know who you are listening to this. By subscribing to YouTube, I don't get to see who has subscribed. By, subscribing on iTunes, I don't get to see who subscribed. If you're listening on my website doesn't gather your data. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a way for me to do that on the back end, but listen, I'm not a tech guy. I don't know how to do that. I focus on content, and that's all I do. So I don't gather your information, so I can't physically reach out and say, "Hey, Johnny, you didn't follow through with X, Y, and Z," or "Hey, Mikey, you should probably go do this." So with that being said, you really need to hold yourself accountable. So I don't want to drag this out any longer than it needs to be. What I want to end with is I want you to stop listening to this podcast when it's over. I want you to grab a pen and paper. I want you to write down your goals if you haven't done so yet for 2019. And under those goals, I want you to plan your course of action of how you're actually going to implement that. So if it's weight loss, how are you going to do that? If it's business growth, how are you going to do that? If it's personal growth, how are you going to do that? And I want you to take action. Not next week, not the next month, not tomorrow, right now. There's no better time than right now to do what you set out to do, hit your goals this year, and make it the best dang year of your life. So many people live with regret. I wish I would have done this my previous year. I wish I would have done this as a child. I wish I would have done this as they're laying on their deathbed. If you want to see what regret looks like, go to a nursing home. When I go visit my grandmother in the nursing home, it is the most eye-opening experience ever because all you see are people sitting around with regret. They wish they would have done this before they got to that age. They wish they would have done that before they got sick. Don't let that be you. Don't sit there and wish and hope for everything in 2019. Go out and act on it. That's all I got for today's episode. I hope you found some value through it. I hope as soon as I'm done talking here, you get off, you start writing down your goals, how you plan to implement those, and you start today. But I hope everyone had a fantastic holiday season. I hope you had a fantastic new year. I hope you guys are excited, you're healthy, you're energetic, and you're ready to tackle this new year. I'm going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. In fact, I'm going to be adding more to my plate this year, which is exciting. It's also more stressful, but it's just one of those things that I'm setting out to do. So just like I want to hold you accountable for the things that you want to do for this year, I hope you guys come back and you hold me accountable as well. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, an amazing weekend, and hope to catch you guys on the next episode.